Folks, as you're coming into the webinar today, first of all, we'd like to say thanks for joining us. We're going to give a couple minutes here to before we start. Just so you know, in the chat we have what we like to think is an interesting poll for you to take, asking about what you think the current needs of the independent music industry are. And so we're going to start here probably about 2 minutes after the hour. Just give everybody time to get in. So, but if you have a second and the inclination to take a look at that poll in the chat, we'd really appreciate it. We're going to give it one more minute, and then I think we'll go ahead and get started to be mindful and respectful of everyone's time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. What do you think? All right, so first of all, I want to thank everyone for showing good afternoon. My name is Joel Layton. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at ZobeLab. And I personally, and I know the group is thrilled to introduce you and welcome you to the launch of ZobeLab. This is a platform that's redefining the future of independent music. And we're so excited to have you here today for the incredible moment in music technology, education, and empowerment for independent artists. ZobeLab was built to give independent artists, producers, DJs, educators, mentors, and music professionals access to the same tools, resources, and opportunities that the major players have. But we're trying to do it all in one innovative ecosystem. Today, you'll get an exclusive look at how ZobeLab is transforming the music industry through education, through artificial intelligence, and community. You'll meet the team behind this movement, and then you're going to learn how you can get involved in the growing this globally. Before we begin, I'd like to take a short moment to show you a little bit of video to kind of give you a taste of what we're about ready to explore. Right. So as we look at that, and hopefully that gives you a little taste of what we're going to be talking about. But what we want to do is I'd like to introduce you to a man who's the kind of the vision, or not kind of, he is the vision behind ZobeLab. He's a leader who has spent decades in the entertainment industry as an executive, as an entrepreneur, and an advocate for independent music professionals. He's a Recording Academy member. He's a Grammy U mentor. He's a member of the Music Managers Forum, a member of the National Association of Recording Industry Professionals, and he's been recognized by the marquee who's who for his experience in entertainment. And without further ado, to talk about the vision of ZobeLab, I'd like to introduce Alonzo Black, our founder and CEO.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Joel. Today isn't just the launch of a platform. It's the start of a movement. ZobeLab was created to give independent artists and music professionals the tools, knowledge, and access they deserve. And that starts right here with us. Let's be honest. The traditional music industry isn't built for independence. It's dominated by gatekeepers. It's hard to break in, harder to stay in, and almost impossible to build a lasting career without access to insider knowledge, funding, or connections. Most independent artists and labels lack access to affordable, modern music education, while struggling to succeed and have difficulty navigating the business side of the industry. While there are barriers to exposure in a market dominated by gatekeepers, which widens the gap between interest in music and actual career success. We created ZobeLab to open doors, to empower independent artists to compete on the same level as major label artists, not just with talent, but with real education, to know how the industry works. We're utilizing AI-powered tools, mentorship, connections, and services that help them thrive. I've lived in every corner of this industry. I've been a musician, I've represented talents as a manager and agent, I've built a record label and publishing company, I've created media companies, and so much more if you were to actually read my bio. But now I've developed a music technology platform with plans to help impact the industry with a positive trajectory towards growth, improvement, and innovation. ZobeLab Incorporated is a music tech startup focused on building innovative tools for the independent music industry, spun out from the established Zobe Entertainment brand, which I founded 24 years ago. ZobeLab starts with Zobe Academy, as we launch an EdTech AI-driven platform to teach, empower, and help independent music talents and professionals as they first step towards the comprehensive ZobeLab ecosystem, with Zobe Academy being the future of how people learn the music business through adaptive AI technology that personalizes the educational journey for each student's unique learning style and goals, while also providing a real-time feedback. This is the first step in a larger vision to build a full ecosystem. Zobe Marketplace for monetization opportunities, Zobe Studio for music production, and Zobeverse for immersive virtual experiences. ZobeLab is a one-stop ecosystem for independent music success. From education to technology, from services to events, it's all here. It's all designed for you. Let's dig in a little deeper into what we have built. With ZobeLab, we're providing the foundation of knowledge and education that music talents need to enhance their ability within the industry in the form of courses, to teach the business side of the industry how to monetize your career. We're utilizing an AI chatbot, the ZobeBot, and an AI critique, as well as we plan on enhancing and improving our AI music tools as we move forward. We have music expert professionals who will be consulting, giving lessons, and mentoring users within the platform. We're focused on artist development, providing services, events, and community networking opportunities. With ZobeLab, you can take a course, get feedback from professionals, hire collaborators to provide a number of services, build a team, enhance your brand, connect with music community, and even get mentorship, all in one place. No gatekeepers, just growth. Our mission is to democratize the music industry by giving independent creators access to the education, technology, and community they need to build sustainable music careers. We believe music should be about passion, creativity, and talent. Not about how many streams you have or your success being determined by having a huge budget behind you. Our mission is to tear down those barriers once and for all by leveling the playing field as we empower and inspire the next generation of music professionals. Our vision is to become the global hub where independent music professionals learn, grow, connect, and thrive. We don't just see a product. We see a movement, a new industry standard, a future where independent artists are not only surviving and making music for fun, they're leading and monetizing their work. Our vision is to evolve into a complete ecosystem uniting education, tech, and opportunity. While Zobe Academy focuses on music education, our vision for ZobeLab extends to a comprehensive platform where students seamlessly transition from learning music education to being able to provide a platform for the independent music community to navigate the music industry as a whole for the next generation of musicians worldwide. As ZobeLab combines AI, EdTech, MusicTech, FinTech, and the metaverse into a single platform as we integrate Zobe Marketplace, Zobe Studio, and the Zobeverse into the platform as we continue development and expand with additional functionality and features. ZobeLab isn't just a platform, it's a community. We're building a trusted network of creators, mentors, industry pros, and dreamers. We're building the support system we wish we had when we first started in this industry. You don't have to wait for a deal. You don't need permission. You just need the right platform. And that's what ZobeLab is. And this is your time. Let's grow. Let's disrupt. Let's redefine the industry together. Thank you.
Thank you, Alonzo. I mean, that is the energy and the power that shows when passion meets purpose and innovation, what ZobeLab can do. And I'm hoping everyone who's on the call can feel that. Before we go to the to meet the executive team, the sort of the quote unquote brains behind the operation, let's show you a little video that talks in a little greater depth of exactly what the experience and what the ZobeLab experience is all about.
The music industry is evolving faster than ever. Independence is no longer a disadvantage. It's the future. Independent artists, producers, DJs, and music professionals face the same challenge: access. Access to knowledge, mentorship, visibility, and opportunity. ZobeLab was created to bridge that gap, a digital ecosystem that brings the entire music industry together, powered by education, AI technology, and community. From learning to earning, from inspiration to innovation, ZobeLab connects creators, educators, and experts through a single platform designed for growth. For artists, ZobeLab provides courses, resources, and tools to master your craft, grow your audience, and monetize your music career. For producers, ZobeLab offers access to collaboration tools, learning opportunities, and artist connections that turn your skills into long-term success. For DJs, ZobeLab helps you get and give exposure. Discover promotional opportunities such as the DJ Coalition, join events like the DJ Record Pool, and network with artists and professionals to grow your influence. For mentors and educators, ZobeLab provides a place to share your expertise and make an impact, connecting directly with the next generation of talent. For consultants, executives, and music professionals, ZobeLab is a platform to offer guidance, give back while building your brand, and earn by helping others succeed. ZobeLab connects everyone, a place where education meets innovation, collaboration meets opportunity, and independence meets empowerment. Wherever you are in your music journey, ZobeLab was built for you. Join the movement, discover your community, empower your future. ZobeLab, empowering the independent music community. The future of independent music starts here.
I hope everyone found that as inspiring as certainly I do, and certainly as the team does. And now we're talking about AI and technology all coming together. There's no better person to start as we talk about the tech and the technology behind ZobeLab than introducing you first to our Chief Technology Officer, Encore Gar.
Thanks, Joel. Welcome, everybody. Here at ZobeLab, we are a technology-first, digital-first, cloud-first organization. We've built our technology with a modern architecture, leveraging the best-in-class technology from Amazon AWS services using Elastic Beanstalk E2C. Also, from a MongoDB perspective, our data architecture, handling all your data, storing it, making it flexible, and also tracking different user profiles and analytics, giving you the insights you need. Underlining all that technology is leveraging Python that handles our microservices from handling AI processing, music analytics, and recommendation logics. Security is something that we live and breathe by. We take it highly seriously, and that's why our security is top to none. Leveraging high standards such as AES 250 encryption, which is handling the encryption as data is moving across the technology platform, but also while it's at rest. And also leveraging AWS IAM, Identity Access Management. This is role-based, so as you authenticate using your username and password, the system knows and loads your data based on your provisions and your access controls. We also have continuous monitoring progress, leveraging AWS CloudWatch and CardDuty, and it's encrypted using high standards of encryption, TLS 1.3, between ZobeLab's platform and microservices. Vulnerability scans are also happening using high levels of standards, such as ISO 2007-1 and SOC 2 compliance standards. Alert monitoring is also in place through CloudWatch and CardDuty. Next slide, please. AI is the empowers that creates the content. We're leveraging AI to give you real-time feedback across your coursework and teaches artists goals. AI also here is giving you critique, not just copying, but giving real composition feedback on what's working, what's not working, and mixing and producing quality for your content. We also have natural language processing, large LLM models that gives artists mentors catching and communication recommendations. Thank you. Back to you, Joel.
Thanks a lot, Encore. Really appreciate it. I hope everyone really recognizes some of the really important things that Encore mentioned there, and probably first and foremost, the security and how near and dear to our heart is keeping everyone's information and content safe, so that this can be the best community for learning and growing the independent music industry. And so when we think about growing, there's no better person to talk to next than our Chief Sales Officer, Jim Carroll, to talk about how we grow.
Thank you, Joel. Folks, ZobeLab is a game changer for your music career. If you haven't picked up on that theme yet, starting with Alonzo, moving through the team, I really hope you do at this point. As you all know, right, more than anyone, indie artists face many challenges, including the challenge and cost in finding quality education, access to tools, and it's also very expensive. Also, as a new artist, you have very limited exposure in the market. And as Alonzo mentioned, it's hard to get. And as you know, making those important connections with music industry pros and mentors is very challenging. So how exactly does ZobeLab help? Well, we bring you AI-powered tools. Several of the team members have already mentioned that. And this is allowing you to take advantage of cutting-edge AI technology, machine learning, et cetera, for smarter music creation. We help to level the playing field, excuse me. This means equal opportunities for all your music talents, regardless of your background or resources. We've built a user-friendly design with an intuitive interface designed for creators, not engineers. So we make it simple. And we bring expertise, industry expertise with real world music industry experience. I mean, just a quick snapshot of Alonso's background should, I think, prove that point. ZobeLab is the complete solution. This means everything you need in one powerful platform. Let's talk a little bit more about our complete solution on the next slide. So our all-in-one solution designed in 4 modules. Today we have Zobe Academy. This is all about learning and growing, and it delivers interactive music lessons tailored to your skill level, comprehensive music theory and industry education, instrument-specific tutorials and practice tools, and personalized learning paths designed by industry experts. This helps you to master everything from songwriting to music business fundamentals. In the future, we'll introduce Zobe Studio, which is about helping you to create professional music. Zobe Verse, which is about helping you to connect and collaborate. And finally, Zobe Marketplace, which will allow you to find everything you need in a one-stop shop for all your music career essentials. Next slide, please. Today, we are launching the first module, Zobe Academy. And then with the subsequent releases of the other modules, we'll bring you even more value for your music career. We'd love you to join us on this journey. That value progression you receive starts with today's launch of Zobe Academy, where you can take a course, find a music mentor, get feedback on your music, participate in online events, and experience the indie music community that can help you navigate the industry. Then, with further product releases, you'll be able to record a demo in Zobe Studio, secure music services in Zobe Marketplace, and network, collaborate, and attend events in the Zobeverse, all from one platform. Next slide, please. Besides being the all-in-one solution, ZobeLab is also the affordable solution. We want to make this easy for people to join and take advantage of. For our current offering, Zobe Academy, individuals can invest in their career for as low as $12.50 per month. For our Pro subscription, which has a ton of features, there's quarterly and annual payment choices, which you see there, but essentially it breaks down to about $12.50 per month. Or for as low as $25 per month, you can get even more features with our premium subscription, also having the options of quarterly and annual payment choices. What we're announcing today, in addition, is you'll have the option of checking us out for free with a free 7-day trial. We hope that everybody takes us up on this after today's presentation. In addition, we are in the process of building relationships with educational and community organizations with our institutional program. My colleague will be talking more about that in a few minutes, but just to wet your whistle, those institutions will be able to offer their students and members the same benefits, but with special programs and pricing. So this is for community orgs, after-school programs, school districts, trade schools, colleges and universities, etc. So let's take action together here. Next slide, please. So this is our call to action slide a little bit, right? ZobeLab is your complete music career companion. So we're asking you to take action today on your music career. We want to see you be successful. Download the ZobeLab application and transform your music career. Remember, ZobeLab transforms how musicians create, learn, collaborate, and succeed in the competitive music industry. Whether you're a beginner, picking up your first instrument, or seasoned pro looking to expand your reach, ZobeLab provides you all the tools you need to thrive. So stop juggling multiple apps and platforms. Why go through that? ZobeLab brings together learning, creating, networking, and growing your music career in one powerful application. We are the ultimate one-stop music technology platform for independent music artists, musicians, and music industry professionals. By joining the ZobeLab community today, you can start your journey with us to unleash your full creative potential. I'll turn it back to you, Joel.
Thanks, Jim. Really appreciate that breakdown. So how, as Jim talks about growth and the marketing opportunities that are there and the sales opportunities there, I want to talk to you a little bit about how not only are we going to grow the brand of ZobeLab and build that ecosystem, but how that'll help you grow in your career and help you find mentorships. Because what the marketing mission for ZobeLab is about growing the community. And when we think about growing the community, the best places where people talk about things is in what is now the 21st century version of word of mouth, which is social media. And we're going to be in all the platforms, from Facebook to Instagram to Twitter to TikTok to Reddit, etc., and on and on and on, all that are out there, right? So that we can grow the brand, which then helps you grow your career in the independent music industry. We're going to introduce and be part of affiliate marketing, which affiliate marketing, for those of you who don't know, is basically a grassroots play where small blogs, web pages, websites that talk about the industry, talk about music, we're going to help support them. We're going to work with them to be able to spread the word of ZobeLab. Certainly, as we build the community, we're going to build out further educational materials. We're going to share from our mentors that are part of the community to reach everybody, right? So a mentor that specializes in classical music may have something of value for a DJ in electronics of just how to navigate the system. We're going to collate all that information within our community and make sure we're at a regular cadence in a newsletter to make sure everyone's informed. As all that starts building out, certainly organically, as we try making sure that people download the app and people find us in search engines and people find us in AI generators or using ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or what have you, and they want to learn about independent music, we want to be part of the conversation. Eventually, we're going to roll into connected television and potentially even traditional television, get as many eyeballs as possible so we can grow the community, so the independent artists within the community can grow their careers and become successful. Programmatic display, all of you probably go to different websites, and you go to websites of interest within the music industry and interest outside of it. But we want to be able to be there so we can spread the word of what we're trying to do to continue to support the independent artists and the producers and the mentors who are supporting the independent artists and in the independent music industry. Events and public relations. There's events happening almost every day within our industry. We want to continue to expand our reach and be there to help support the independent music industry. Right, so you'll see us in events. We'll sponsor events eventually. We'll become part of that ecosystem, growing it so we can continue to help and build you. We are an audio medium. Naturally, you'll hear us in radio. We want to be part of podcasting. We're planning down the line as the application continues to build out to build our own podcasts and become the voice for the independent music industry. So think of it as we build the brand of ZobeLab and as we build the community, we all become successful. And what's most important to us as the individual independent artists and the individual mentors who are helping that join in with us and help those artists, that is who we really want to see success for. And we want to grow this as large as we can. And again, as we think about growing, our next person I'd like you to hear from is our Vice President of Alliances, Ryan Ramirez.
Thank you, Joel. And I do want to expand on a couple of the things that we've already been discussing here, but it's great to meet you all. And just to reiterate, at ZobeLab, our overall mission is to bridge creativity, education, and technology, redefining how the next generation of creators learn, collaborate, and ultimately earn as well. We're building an ecosystem where music, culture, and AI intersect to really empower artists, educators, and their communities globally. On this first slide here, there's around 3 different ways to partner with ZobeLab that my colleague Jim had mentioned earlier. Our partner ecosystem is built on these 3 pillars: education and talent development, creator and brand collaboration, and technology and sponsorships. Each pathway drives measurable impact from preparing that next generation of overall talent to co-creating with those emerging artists and advancing the future of music through AI innovation. What unites these pillars is our commitment to shared growth. We're not just launching programs, we're building pipelines that prepare, empower, and sustain creative talent at scale. And we're partnering with the right ecosystems and partners to really empower those artists. And with that empowerment, on the second slide here, through Zobe Academy, we are reimagining modern music by blending real-world artist experience with digital-first learning modules. For schools, universities, foundations, other types of partners of that nature, this is an opportunity to sponsor and scale access for those artists via scholarships or other types of curriculum integrations. The result from your sponsorship would be, the communities, the artists gain hands-on creative education firsthand from real mentors, while industries benefit from a more, diverse, career-ready pipeline of that future talent. On the third slide here, around creator and brand collaboration, ultimately with Zobe Studio and Zobe Marketplace, when we launch, we'll connect the creators, the brands, and the audiences in ways that elevate that artistry and unlock new revenue streams for the artists. We help independent artists and producers refine their craft, reach new brand partners and labels, and access all of the growth and education resources from marketing to professional development. And then for the brands of the artists, it's a platform to collaborate authentically while creating with culture shaping creators. The fourth slide here, ultimately through the Zobeverse, as mentioned before, we are fusing music AI in an immersive experience to really pioneer that next wave of creative technology and help empower our artists. We partner with tech companies, innovation platforms, and ultimately sponsors to launch those AI-powered collaborations, and then even direct artist sponsorship along the way, all focused on amplifying creativity, equality, and that cultural impact. And then for enterprise partners, this is a chance to align with innovation that inspires and empowers. Last slide here on the affiliate network. At ZobeLab, we believe everyone contributing to not only our ecosystem, any ecosystem should be rewarded. The ZobeLab affiliate network offers creators, partners, and other advocates a very transparent way to earn by sharing what they love, music. Simply register, share your link, and get compensated when your community joins ZobeLab, similar to other affiliate networks you may be familiar with. But with ZobeLab, this isn't just commission, it's recognition. Together we're growing an economy that values that artist creativity, collaboration, and shared success. And then in closing here, in the end, ZobeLab, we're building much more than a platform. We're building a movement, connecting education, creation, and innovation. For institutions and large partners, it's a way to invest in the next generation of talent. For artists, it's a pathway to sustainable growth and mentorship. And then for those mentors and sponsors, it's a chance to expand your impact while driving opportunity for the artists globally. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. I really appreciate that. And I just want to make mention as we're talking here, and I probably should have said this at the top as well. Please feel free to use the chat room to provide questions. We have one more team member that we want to introduce you to, but I definitely want to make sure we're here. We are going to have a good slot of time for questions and answers and discussion about what we're doing here at ZobeLab. So you've heard you've heard the vision from Alonzo, you've heard growth from myself, from Jim, from Ryan. The one thing that we want to always think about, and when we do this, and certainly Encore talked about security and technology, we want to be able to scale and be stable and financially stable so we can support the independent community. So when you think about financial stability of an organization that then supports a community, there's nobody better person to talk about than our CFO, Kunal Patel.
Hi, thank you, Joel. Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. Here at ZobeLab, we have all of our founders. We have a single vision of scaling ZobeLab as transparently as possible and making sure finance acts as the foundation of innovation and growth. So when you invest in yourself and you join ZobeLab, we want to make sure that you are joining a platform which supports your growth. It supports your future. So at ZobeLab, we want to make sure that any investment that you make in yourself is treated with utmost respect, and the capital is allocated based on the future growth of the platform as well as for yourself. Next slide. James mentioned some of the pricing that is available right now on our platform on a quarterly and annual basis. Here is the pricing one more time. We also have a pricing here for the European market, which we will launch in the near future. We also want to make sure that sometimes these prices might be a little bit more than people can afford. So we'll be working on a la carte pricing on the features that you really need, rather than signing up beforehand for the quarterly or annual plans. So again, our goal is to make sure that we provide the pricing which aligns with your needs and with your future goals. Next slide. We at Zobe, we want to make sure that when people join our platform, we are not trying to lock them in for a longer term subscription with not clear process on how that they can get how they can cancel the subscription or how they can request a refund. So we want to make sure we respect everybody who joins the platform. We will have a clear refund policies. We'll have a clear a team or people dedicated to helping you navigate through this. So if sometimes if you sign if the subscription auto renews and you don't have a way of canceling, you do have an opportunity to come back and ask for a full refund, or you give us your circumstances, and we'll work with you to make sure that you get your money back. We want to make sure we treat everybody with respect, and we want to make sure that we're not here to lock you in on a long-term subscription, which you don't need. Okay, have the next slide, please. So when we talk about moving from Zobe Academy or to Zobe Metaverse, it requires finance, it requires funding, it requires capital to make sure that we are able to grow, we are able to support you. So at ZobeLab, we want to make sure that every investment is properly thought through. Every investment has a scalable future. Every investment impacts our users. We don't want to invest on something that only impacts our executive team, our investors. We want to make sure that we invest in something that supports you rather than the folks on the back end. Okay, next slide. So just to recap, we are here, every founder here, we want to build a scalable and a transparent future for ZobeLab and for our users, and to make sure that finance acts as a solid pillar for future sustainable growth and not something that we'll have to revisit. But again, join us in this journey. Rest assured, any investments you make on yourself or any subscription is protected and is invested in the right form. Thank you.
Kunal, thanks a lot. Really appreciate that. And again, once again, I want to thank everybody on behalf of the team for joining us in this discussion. And now let's take a few moments to see, we talked about the chat. I want to see if we can take a quick gander of what, and I definitely appreciate, I'm seeing questions come in fast and furious, so I really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and answer any questions that you have out here. Appreciate certainly the applause. Cool. So are there, and please, cool. Well, sis a lot. So again, really appreciate our friends from South Africa, as well as we are indeed thinking, Alonzo, as we were building this, a lot of us were thinking like, okay, we should just stay domestic, at least for the short term. And Alonzo kept pushing us to think broader, why can't this go globally? And so we are going to reach all corners of the globe as fast as we possibly can to make this work. I'm not seeing many questions, but we do have a couple coming in from there. So let's take that one. Alonzo, this one might be you, from Justin Newsom. Will there be an opportunity for live events within the platform?
There will be an opportunity for live events. There will also be opportunities soon for virtual events. So we'll have the virtual events first, and then we'll move into the live events as we move forward. Of course, as we move into the Zobeverse, there will be virtual events that you'll also be able to attend. So we'll have plenty of events for everyone. So that's something you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, Justin also has a follow-up to those as well, Alonzo, of talking about, hey, as the subscription platform, does it allow collaboration with other artists to and potentially producers, to maybe do duets, sing with someone else, meet a new producer? Can you talk a little bit of how you're envisioning all that working, of how the community grows and artist to artist, artist to producer comes together?
Well, we're going to have plenty of music experts that will be able to work with talent on a regular basis. Now, during these mentorship and consulting sessions, you're able to connect with people right away. So as of right now, you can go onto the app and you'll be able to find a mentor or a consultant. You'll be able to find producers. You'll be able to find many people that you can actually collaborate with right now.
Great. So hopefully, Justin, that answers your questions there. Chad has a question about, will the AI critic be able to listen to songs longer than 3 minutes?
The AI critic will be able to do a whole lot. As I mentioned earlier, the AI critic, as well as our other AI functions, such as the Zobe bot, we are constantly teaching them and helping them to expand. So we're going to be growing our AI capabilities far beyond what anyone may be able to think of. So we are constantly working and growing in that aspect.
Superb. Thank you, Alonzo. Philip, he has a question. Whoops, just sort of lost it. Philip has a question about, there's creators who are creating music using AI. Talk to the group a little bit, Alonzo, about how you're envisioning, as these electronic and these digital music creators are doing their work and building out an AI, how are we going to help them?
Now, my feeling of AI is here to help you. I don't think AI will be here to replace you. So what we're doing is we're allowing AI to help the talent be able to take what they're doing to the next level. We are not utilizing AI to be able to try to replace the actual talent. So I want you to understand that we are using AI respectively, and we want to make sure that it is not imposing on anyone's copyrights or infringing on anything that someone else has already created.
Super. Hopefully that helps clear that up for you. Philip, Megan, you have a great question. I think I'll take the lead on about when we start doing events and participating in events, will it be just with artists? Will it be more for artists? Will it be music professionals? We really look at this as community, right? Not only within the technology, which I think we've talked at great length about, but when we do participate in events, we want to bring everybody together. So I would envision, and we're envisioning a world where we go to an event and it might be a very unknown independent artist that has something really interesting to say or really interesting to share, and we will support and help them at an event and sponsor and promote that event around this person who has a unique point of view in their particular genre. They may be teamed with someone who's been doing it for 50 years. Right, to make it a very interesting, informative, and educational experience, right? Because the pillar of ZobeLab is to unlock, right, and empower. And we are believers that empowerment means bring the people together, right? And so when you think about, what are the events going to be about, as we build them out, we're looking at it really all-encompassing, but all about building community, empowering the folks who are in the community, and help them be successful in their careers. And that, as my example of unknown artist, very known producer, very known artist, the collaboration between those two benefits everybody, right? So that's when we think about how these get built and where we start dropping in and doing the work within the event space. That's basically how we're looking at it. I hope that helps.
Joel, just to add on to that,
please.
We are planning on having panel sessions with some of our music expert professionals, and that will be able to help a number of people understand the industry a whole lot better. We're also planning on having a number of networking events. So we're going to start with the online events, in which we'll be able to have everyone attend, whether they're music professionals or music artists, and they'll be able to network We'll set everyone up into rooms, and you'll be able to talk to people one-on-one, face-to-face, and you'll be able to network within our community.
Absolutely. And then as Alonzo mentioned, certainly in the early stages, doing things virtually is going to be the way to go. But there's plans of how we will go physically into different areas. So, and go into the music hotbeds, whether, okay, have a physical event in New York, in Memphis, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Seattle, where the hot pot, Chicago, pick your Austin, pick your town that has an interest, has a budding and growing artist community, and we want to be there to help them, right? And we even envision going to what some might call sort of the second tier, third tier cities. So the smaller cities, your Ashevilles, your Knoxvilles, Santa Fe's, again, name it, where there is thriving artist communities. We want to be there to support that at the grassroots level. And so that's how these events will evolve as we go forward. All right, here's a tough one from Steve. And I'll let either Encore or Alonzo take it. And Steve's question is, what's the timeline for launching the other modules mentioned in the presentation?
We're actually looking to get those right away. We're starting with additional development, and we are looking to do that as fast as we possibly can. We don't want to overwhelm the users within our platform. So that's why we are starting with the EdTech platform, so that they understand the foundation that they need of that knowledge and education. From there, we'll be rolling it out soon. Can't say exactly when, but we want to make sure that it's done right. And that's why we want to make sure that we put all of the time that we need into this to make sure that we are providing the best platform that we possibly can.
In addition to that, we have plans of what the functionality of everything is. But we're also very open to the concept that, okay, now as we build a community and we get feedback from our subscribers, from the people within the community of like, hey, maybe this feature, maybe that feature, or hey, you built this feature for me, but if you did this and that to it, it'd enhance it, right? So we have a definite roadmap of where things are going to be built and how they're going to be built. But we also, as Alonzo wants, we wanted to make it as great as possible to get out there. But we also want to be flexible enough to respond to the demands of our community. Hellman has an interesting question. How do we feel about the ZobeLab archives and goals in the next year? If I understand that correctly, I think as far as where I'm going to try interpreting it if I can, is certainly for the goals of the next year, we feel pretty strong. We have what we believe is a very unique and compelling product. Some of the feedback in the chat stream, we can see that people say, wow, independent artists feel they could use this, right? Alonzo has an amazing career in the business. He's brought together a team, not necessarily from within the business, but understands how to grow things and how to build. And I think that combination makes us feel pretty bullish that we'll be able to grow, we'll be able to deliver the advancements on the app at a regular basis to continue to build the machine that Jim talked about in great length. So, and then as far as archives, as the content and the community builds, the plan for that is really to leave that content into a giant library that your subscription allows you to have access to, so that people can learn from things that maybe were put up there this year, but it's 3 years out. They need to look back at something. It's all about building compelling content, allowing content creators, independent artists, producers, etc., to come together to deliver something that adds value to the industry. So in these early stages, the first year, we feel really good. We feel really good about the long-term future. And I think a lot of that is based on the foundation of what Alonzo pulled together. David Cook, you got an interesting one. Are all these events restricted to paid subscribers or else? So that's a really great question. I think it's going to be I know it's going to be a mixed bag. I think there's an exclusivity that you certainly want for having a subscription, that maybe there's a little certain panel discussion or certainly breakout session that's devoted to the membership. but it also it's certainly in the early stages of growing, and probably even in the long term growth. We want to expose people to Zobe Lab, and we want to expose people to the community that we're trying to build that is going to support independent artists and that in their industry, and we want them to be successful. Locking everybody in probably is not the smartest way to do that. So we know there's going to be opportunities for a lot of these events or a portion of these events that will be open, right? Because we want to grow the community. We want to expose the independent artist that is trusted in us and trusted in the community to allow them to get it out to the masses and get their art out to the masses. That at the end of the day is what this is all about, right? This is the vision and the dream that Alonzo talked about at the beginning. So I see a real big mixed bag of that. Of some of these things will be all access, and there are going to be ones that will be behind the wall, and I think that's totally appropriate. I hope that helps. Chad has an interesting question, and I don't think I thought about this one. As the community begins to grow, will there be Zobe Awards?
Yes, there will. I have already thought about that.
There you go.
So yes, there will be so much more. We have so many plans for Zobe Lab that I don't think I could actually sit here and name all of them. But just to give you a sneak peek, there's also going to be a grant. So we want to be able to help people as much as possible grow and expand within the industry. So we're going to be working on a number of different ways that we can actually help people. So definitely there will be an awards.
Superb. Oops, got some new messages coming in. Oh, okay, cool. So Timothy's asking about, Timothy's excited about, bands forming from relative music events and having the events pull things together, have our universe. What type of music or genres do we foresee developing? Alonzo, I'll take a stab at this, and then I'll let you
Go right
probably
ahead.
really straight it out. So, Timothy, we are genre agnostic, right? This is total community, right? When I mentioned in my one example of maybe someone who was doing something in classical music bumped into someone doing, electronic, they may be able to feed. That's the beauty of the arts, at least from my personal ability, that it's someone's talent and someone's mind that allows things to grow. And I think what we're strictly here to do is help give people the platform and the ability to collaborate with like thinkers, but maybe under different disciplines and different genres, and let that organically feed. So we would see, these events covering the broad, the massive spectrum of styles and techniques and genres within the music industry, and not really pigeonhole into one here or there. Now, sure, we'll have events that might be more digitally music inclined, and one might be more blues, and one might be rock, etc. But there's no limitations based just simply by the fact that, let's face it, there's really no limitations in the power of music. Alonzo?
I think you said it all. Thank you.
You bet. Now, so any other questions, please feel free to hit us up. I'm having a little trouble getting to the poll results, so I don't know if I wasn't totally the administrator of the thing, so I don't know if one of my colleagues. There we go. All right, let's see what we got here. What is needed in the music? How much do you think artist development services are needed within it? Okay, this is almost a runaway as the top choice. And that's great to hear, right? Because I think when this supports certainly the vision that Alonzo came up with, right? I mean, he mentioned it in his spot. We've been talking about just generically about how we think we can grow this, but the underlying theme from when this began, nearly a year ago, as the team was being formed, the biggest piece was, helping these artists who don't have the access. We want to help you learn how to actually get this done and build your career. So this is nice to see. Wonderful. So with that, and again, being mindful of everyone's time, Alonzo, why don't you put a little bow on what you think and how you look at things?
One second, and Steve has another
Oh,
question. He posted on.
whoops, sorry. Good catch. Sorry about that, Steve. Let's see. Well, let me close the poll. With such ambitious vision, how do you prioritize? Oh, that's a great one. Um, you know what, Steve? I'll take this. I'll take a stab at it, and I think Encore and Alonzo can layer it in. So that is definitely priorities are the key. I think one of the things is I think we have a very clear vision of which modules are coming next, right? Just loosely, okay, the whole Zobe verse and whole the metaverse stuff is still, that's growing in real time, right? So that's one you could see go back a little bit. Studio, really important. That helps you get in. That's probably nearer term. But as I mentioned before, how the appetite for the community and the feedback we get from the community is what's going to dictate a lot about what we're going to do, right? So we're going to start building things, and the community may say, hey, that module was great, but hey, now we need this because you just built that. That's going to influence what we're going to do. So I think those priorities are going to come down from the feedback that we get from you folks in our community of telling us what and how we really build. We have the foundation that we want to build. We feel very confident in what the right direction is, but how the evolution goes is going to be influenced by the community that we're working with. Encore, Alonso?
No, I think you hit it on the nail, Joel. I think it's the feedback that we get from our community and end users. That's the most important thing that's important to us, that we value. We have a vision and a trajectory, but that vision only depends on the community. We want them to be successful. And if they're successful, then we have those priorities lined out based on the feedback we get.
Super. All right, and thanks to everyone who's given us such positive feedback. That's pretty meaningful, right? This is you take on these ambitious projects and these ambitious visions, and you do, it is a lot. So Chad, you have one. I have 33 song albums recorded, and I want to mix and master within ZobeLab. How can we make that happen, Alonzo?
So you're telling me that you want Zobe Studio next?
Yes.
That's basically what you're telling me.
That's what we're saying.
We can make that happen. What we can do initially is team you up with one of our music industry professionals who is a music producer. And they can work with you one-on-one to make sure that you get your music mixed and mastered the way that you want it and the way that it needs to be done so that it is industry standard.
All right, we have about 3 minutes left, and I know Alonzo has a couple words to close up. So I want to go ahead and move us to that to be very respectful of everyone's time today. And go ahead, Alonzo. Why don't you put a bow on things, and I'll finish us off.
Thanks, Joel. First, I want to take a moment to thank every single one of you who joined us today. My executive team, our developers, our partners, our expert mentors, our supporters, our early adapters, and every independent artist, producer, DJ, educator, and music professional who has ever dreamed of something greater. ZobeLab was built for you, to give you the tools, education, and opportunities that were once locked behind industry doors. Our mission has always been to empower the independent music community to bridge the gap between creativity and opportunity, and to make success in the music accessible to everyone, not just a few with connections or capital. What we've launched today is just the beginning. ZobeLab starts as an AI-driven educational platform, but it's evolving into something much more, a full ecosystem that will combine EdTech, MusicTech, FinTech, and Metaverse experiences to help independent creators learn, earn, and grow on their own terms. This is a movement. And like every great movement, it only becomes powerful when people believe in it and contribute to it. So I invite you, our community, to be part of what comes next, to share your expertise, your creativity, your stories. Help us shape this future together. The independent music industry has always been fueled by passion and resilience. ZobeLab exists to amplify that, to connect, inspire, and empower a generation of creators who are ready to build their own path. Thank you for believing in this vision, for being here at the start of something historic, and for being part of the evolution of independent music. Let's build the future together. Thank you.
Bam. Thank you very much, Alonzo, for that. I mean, I'm hoping everyone who's on can feel the energy. He's been at this a long time. This is, the vision is now becoming to fruition. We are here to help the independent music industry. And if we haven't been able to get to I've been answering some things in the chat. Absolutely feel free. Please download the app. It's now out on the App Store, out on Google Play. Go to the website. We're adding content every single day to try to continue to build up to support the education. We're working on the app on a constant basis, so that's always going to be growing. If you want to reach out to us, info@zobelab.com is the email address you can reach us at, zobelab.com. Follow us on our Instagram, our Facebook. We're building out our Reddit. Get involved. We're going to build this community. We're going to help out this industry. And once again, from the team, personally, I'd like to thank everyone who participated today. This was an exciting day for all of us, and I hope you guys find it as exciting as we do. Thank you.
Thank you, folks. It's great being with you today.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.